Go. Good morning, class. Today we're going to read Hen's Feathers by Karen Sully. Karen Sully. Hedda and Hilda were sisters, but not from the same clutch of eggs. Hedda was older than Hilda. Hilda had plump, shiny black feathers, sunshine, yellow legs, and a beak of beautiful red comb. Hedda was a dull and brown, but she was very kind and took good care of Hilda. Every morning, long after the rooster had crowed, the hens all waddled out of the hen's house looking for their breakfast. Hilda was very popular with the other hens. She was always in the middle of the crowd, clucking about this and that. On a very particular morning, there was a new hen in the yard. She had fluffy white feathers. Soon everyone crowded around to meet her. The new hen's name was Chantella. Everyone cooed and clucked. What a pretty name! What's more, Chantella had won a prize at the farm show. Everyone wanted to be her friend. Except Hilda. Hilda sulked. Chantella's prettier than me, grumbled Hilda, and she's more popular. Don't be silly, Hilda, said Hedda. You're just as pretty as Chantella, but in a different way. The next morning, Hedda couldn't find Hilda anywhere. Then she spotted the other hens all crowded around Chantella. She went over to see if Hilda was there. You'll never guess what Chantella was saying. The fox is back. There was no sign of Hilda. Now Hedda was really worried. Hilda could be in a big trouble if the fox is back. Uh-oh. Hedda rushed all around the farmyard looking for Hilda. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the pig, but he was very busy eating to reply. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the farm cat, but he was too rude to even reply. Have you seen Hilda? Asked the rooster. She was around earlier, he crowed, disrupting me while I was preening my feathers. Hedda went back to the farmyard just in time to see Hilda. She had roosted feathers stuck to her head and tail and was strutting around the hen house. Look at that. She put a bunch of feathers. The other hens were giggling behind her wings. Even Hedda had to admit that Hilda looked silly. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very angry. I don't know why everyone thinks Chantella's so wonderful, she snapped. Hedda looked at her sister. Chantella is a very nice hen, Hilda, said Hedda. Just because her feathers are perfect, grumbled Hilda. The following morning, the hens were all in a flutter. During that night, the fox had been back. The eggs were missing. The hen gathered outside the hen house. Hedda looked around. Hilda was missing too. Look over there, called Chantella. She had spotted the rooster feathers near the hole in the fence. They crowded around, gasping and worrying. In the clear, to everyone, the fox had taken Hilda. The hens did their best to comfort Hedda. She was a lovely hen, they clucked. The best sister you could ever wish for. Hedda was heartbroken. Just then, Hilda turned up, wearing peacock feathers. She looked ridiculous. But this time, no one was laughing. They were too angry. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very upset. I just wanted everyone to notice me, she hiccuped. You don't need all these peacock feathers, Hilda, Hedda clucked gently. We all love you, you just as you are. Suddenly they heard scuffling and squawking. Hedda and Hilda rushed out of the hen house to find the fox with Chantella in his mouth. As quick as a flash, Hilda plucked a long peacock feather from her tail and tickled the fox's nose. The fox froze as the fox twitched his eyes and sneezed shut and achoo! Chantella shot out of his mouth and escaped. The next morning, the hens gathered to hear about the night's events. Hedda smiled to herself as she spotted Hilda in the middle of the crowd as her sister with the wing around Chantella. And that's the best use of a peacock's feather I know, clucked Hilda, as she told her story to the crowd of admirers once more time. The end.